Hi guys, I am Crystal Sky, and day 6 we are at. I'm going to be following this easy step-by-step watercolor tutorial on the Blue Ridge Mountains. Some of the paints I'm going to be using, I'm not going to be using the exact what's in the tutorial because I don't have it. I'm just going to be using my Artist Drove palette here along with the 2 water brushes that come with it. The flat brush and the, oh! There goes my iPad falling. The flat brush and the pointed brush. So I'm going to see if I can switch stuff around because I don't have the specific stuff that she has there. I also have a flat brush, a big flat brush here, but I'm not going to be using it. I'm just going to be using this Artist Drove thing. Alright, the paper I'm going to be using is a Canson XL. It's the same paper I've been using for this whole thing here. Let me show you the front. Canson XL. Mixed media. It's huge. This pad is huge. Oh, you can see my pajama pants. All right. Okay. So day 6. Let's start, shall we? So voice narration. Hi. All of my footage here is sped up 250%. So it's a little choppy, but that's the speed that I prefer to have everything because I'm actually a very slow drawer and painter, and that's probably because I just started. So, I'm going in with a flat brush with, I'm just adding water and then I'm using what she's using for like a flat wash technique. I don't use the whole page because that would just be a large amount of watercolor paper, paint. But I just use that small corner there to make this little painting here, which I'm pretty happy with. I really like the way it turned out, actually. And there was a lot of excess drying time. I actually make a mistake here. You're supposed to let it dry more before not when you put in the clouds, but when you put in the mountains, and I put the mountains in too soon. Now, my paintbrush does this thing, if you can see right there, the little black flicks of paint. I don't know why this particular brush does this. No other brush does this. This is the Artist Drove water flat brush. Yeah, as you can see there, I put the mountain in too soon and it started to go crazy a little bit. So I actually was taking off some of the excess water with the brush. I would just dab it and then kind of soften the clouds and the lines. And I didn't even try to fix that mountain because I was like, oops, all right, well, I was already on to part 2. So this was after maybe half an hour of drying time. The Canson XL paper is not really meant for watercolors. So, yeah, I had to wait a little longer than usual. And the waiting time between all of the layers of mountains was so annoying. It was just driving me nuts. And at first I went in and I did it too soon. I did it way too soon. And I was like, oh, it's fine. And no, it's not. So I have to sit there and wait and wait. I should have done it in my watercolor sketchbook, but I really didn't want to because I like using the bigger pad so that you guys can see. And there's I have the pad situation in my workstation where I record, and it's just in a really nice place and I don't really want to move it. So as you can see, I just put my brush down here. I'm like, you know what? That's it. I'm going to walk away. And then I check it. This is uncut footage of me waiting for it to dry. It sped up 250%, so imagine how long that was. So I finally get the mountains to dry, and then I say, you know what? I'm gonna mix it a little bit darker so that when I put the new mountains in, it'll just be with a darker paint. Again, with the drying time. And I actually do cut it here soon. I'm smoothing at the clouds with some water. I have a lot of problems with the corners here and the smoothing. There, I'm actually watching a video on my phone because I'm so bored at this point waiting for it to dry. I'm not going to do too many watercolor videos in this day thing because it's really a learning how to draw thing, but I'm obsessed with watercolors, so that's why I had to do at least 1 or 2 of these. And gosh, next time I'm definitely going to do it in watercolor paper so that it dries faster because it was driving me nuts. I don't like stopping the footage and then starting it again, which I had to do several times for this picture here, and it's just this. I don't know how long the footage was without cutting it. because I just unhit the record button so it wasn't recording. But I know for a fact that I went out and actually made food for myself at one point and ate it while I waited for it to dry, and I came back and it still wasn't dry. So that was at the end, I'm pretty sure. There's another cut at the end that I was just waiting for it to dry so I could flip the page before I moved on, and just took forever. I really hope this pad is actually enough. There's enough paper in this pad for me to finish the 30 days, because I just want to do it in this pad. That way I have like a whole sketchbook where I can go, oh, you know, this, that, and another thing. You can actually see I'm reading news articles and stuff from Facebook that people linked me. So yeah, I'm really bored. Yep, and that's me putting my flat brush away, and I'm going to the brush tip to add the trees and the mountains and rocks and stuff that she's talking about in the latter portion of the tutorial. I really, really like the way she added the tree, and you guys know how I do trees with the brush tip. I think I've showed it in a previous day. I should have stuck with the flat brush for the flat washes of the mountains in the top, and then went to the brush for the tree. But I didn't, because I was like, oh, I'm adding lots of effects. I add a gray and then a black over top of it so that it's darker, and I do that for the other side too, so that I make it a lot darker. I haven't worked with this brush tip watercolor pen enough, so it was a little bit difficult for me to get the tree in completely. It's just a really basic, light and to heavy-handed tree done up real nice. The drying times on this tutorial are again crazy. So when or if you attempt this, just make sure you have plenty of time to let it dry. Alrighty guys, so that's it for that painting. What do you guys think? I think I did pretty good from the tutorial. The tutorial does have a lot of drying times. If you notice, I cut a lot because, like I said, lots of drying times in this tutorial. But it's watercolors, so I think I did pretty good. What do you guys think? How do you guys think I did? The link for the tutorial is in the description, and I also have a 30 days tutorial on my Crystal Sky Gaming channel. If you want to check that out, the link for that channel is in the description below. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow we have something pretty interesting planned. It's another book, so after I'm done using my watercolors, I always take my paper towel and go over and clean it out. If you were wondering what I was doing, that's what I'm doing. It's the watercolors I use. Not bad. Alrighty guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.